Right, green light racing, best to begin would have been Shape Up Mike. He likes to lead and the better's delight forging up towards the lead. They're followed by Sergeant Lee dropping in behind the speed. Length back in turn, tapped along at that juncture would have been Comic Design. Heavenly Smiles, Jimmy Douglas back at the tail of the field. Lead time 8.5. Heading up into the back, 1400 left to go. Shape Up Mike goes down the back section, a clear length over Sergeant Lee. The length away in turn would have been Comic Design, and back at the tail of the field, Heavenly Smiles. Travelling down the back and approaching the 1200, no change in the order. And Shape Up Mike, the better's delight, goes past the 1200 with a length advantage now in second placing Sergeant Lee by Rock and Roll Heaven. Further back there would have been Comic Design. Art Major back at the tail of the field, Heavenly Smiles, and it's by Rock and Roll Heaven. Travelling up around the turn inside the 1000, Shape Up Mike. Untroubled to lead, works its way down to the judge to get the bell with a length and a half advantage, Sergeant Lee. Comic Design further back there would have been Heavenly Smiles. Second quarter of the mile, 32 even. First quarter up in 32.4. So they're gone 144 for the half. Heading up into the back, 600 out now. Shape Up Mike untroubled still, heads into the back. East away from the peg, Sergeant Lee. They're followed by Comic Design back to Heavenly Smiles, Shape Up Mike. Travelling down to the 400 with a length and a half advantage, Sergeant Lee content to sit up on the speed. First to move, Heavenly Smiles at the 400. They went down the back in 29.1. Fairly good going for 2-year-olds, but Shape Up Mike giving plenty in the lead. Out after him, Heavenly Smiles there, followed by Sergeant Lee, and Comic Design hooked to the outside when Sergeant Lee broke at that point. Around the turn they go. Shape Up Mike, the one to beat. Heavenly Smiles pulling out all stops, trying hard to peg it back. Shape Up Mike's had to be shaken up. They get to the line. This will be close. Almost a dead heat. Heavenly Smiles might have just beaten Shape Up Mike. Nothing between the pair. Then Comic Design. Sergeant Lee got into trouble at the home turn. Final quarter, 29.6. Judge went 4, 2 and 3 for the winner. Heavenly Smiles, Jimmy Douglas. 2 second, Shape Up Mike. Michael Tuma, officially third. Number 3, Comic Design, Gavin Fitzpatrick. And 4, 1, officially fourth 1, of course, Sergeant Lee, David Morris. Time for the journey, 2:12.2. Mile rate to the winner, 2:3.7. Sectionals, 32.4, 32, 29.7 and 29.6. Margins are nose by 30. It was almost a dead heat on the line. Nose by 30. Final exhibition. Placings go to 4, 2, 3 and 1.